It wasn't long before Sutherland's computer graphics innovations led him to conceive of a device which would merge the digital and physical world and dramatically alter how people would interact with computers. He wrote an essay regarding this in 1965, in which he said, quote, "A display connected to a digital computer gives us a chance to gain familiarity with concepts not realizable in the physical world. It is a looking glass into a mathematical wonderland." End quote. At the time of writing this essay, it was plain to see the rudimentary nature in which computer graphics currently resided in. Sutherland describes wireframe depictions, but then goes on to mention how colored areas are possible too. Within the essay, he also talks about various types of displays and human-computer interaction peripherals, such as force feedback controllers. Towards the end of the essay, Sutherland even describes how future representations of technology could actually manipulate matter in and out of existence at will. Quote, "The ultimate display would, of course, be a room within which the computer can control the existence of matter. A chair displayed in such a room would be good enough to sit in. Handcuffs displayed in such a room would be confining, and a bullet displayed in such a room would be fatal. With appropriate programming, such a display could literally be the wonderland into which Alice walked."
And the computer figures out where the lines should appear and where they should.
While this more extreme concept was envisioned back in 1965, it wasn't until 1968 that Sutherland, together with a number of his students, created a rudimentary head-mounted display. While I use the term rudimentary in today's context, this device was truly state-of-the-art back in 1968, pushing computer-generated graphics to the very limit of available resources. The head-mounted display was comprised of two CRT monitors with mirrors and prisms, which allowed digital wireframe graphics to be superimposed over the real world. This concept is of course much closer to modern-day ambitions for augmented reality glasses than actual VR headsets, but the technology is closely related. In order to provide suitable 6 degrees of freedom tracking, Sutherland mounted 3 ultrasonic transmitters on the headset which each used different frequencies. These were picked up by 4 receivers which hung from the ceiling. Powering all of this was a series of cables which resided inside a metallic tube also suspended from the ceiling. This obtrusive and imposing-looking device was given the name, the Sword of Damocles. The computer which processed all of this was the 1959 PDP-1, or Programmed Data Processor 1. This also happens to be the computer on which Steve Russell created what many consider to be the very first video game, Space War, in 1962. While these head-mounted display experiments cemented Sutherland's reputation as the grandfather of modern-day VR, it seems that they didn't develop too far beyond the Sword of Damocles. Sutherland, together with one of the students who helped develop the device, Bob Sproul, founded a consulting firm in 1980 called Sutherland, Sproul and Associates. The Sword of Damocles remains an interesting curiosity in the long road to modern-day virtual and augmented reality. It has its place firmly fixed in the echelons of retro virtual reality hardware, and its creators were, of course, among the true pioneers of the concept.